What is up, everyone? My name is Heavy Metal here, and today I'm gonna be talking, guys, about. I forgot to fix in the title, but I want to do something different. I'm gonna talk about more music, talk about music content. But today we're gonna talk about one of my top 10 most favorite bands in the world. Now, these are some of the bands you're gonna hear me mention, because I have more than 10 bands. I don't know how many bands I like. But yet, you're gonna hear me mention some bands that I really like, that somebody hates, that I really don't care if you hate these bands or not. So, yeah, guys. So, before we get started, if you like me talking about music content and all that stuff, please hit that subscribe button and turn that notifications on. But anyways, let's go. And the number one top band is gonna be my most all-time favorite band in the world. So I'm gonna be talking about emo, metalcore, goths, and all that stuff. So if you don't like any of this content, please watch all my other stuff as well. So anyway, guys, so here we go. The number top band that I like in the most in the world has to be to homage to has to go to homage to horror fans, and that band is Ice Nine Kills as well. Now, what I like about Ice Nine Kills is that, like, when I listen to the early stuff, I realize that they're not horror enough. So when the album, I forgot what album came out, but it had all the novels and all that stuff. When I listened to it, I was like, now that is horror music as well. They were kind of like inspired by the Misfits and all that stuff, which of course, which on the album The Silver Scream came out, that was pretty cool as well. So and people have been like, the band Ice Nine Kills is the band with horror music as well. So yeah, guys, that's what I like about Ice Nine Kills, is that you're gonna hear my hold on. So yeah, my favorite album from Ice Nine Kills has to be the album before The Silver Scream, obviously, and Welcome to Horror World. I don't know how you say it, but I'm just gonna say The Silver Scream 2. I'm just gonna say The Silver Scream 2. So yeah, guys, so that's my favorite albums from Ice Nine Kills, and Ice Nine Kills is at the number 10 spot list. Okay, so the number 9 spot list. Speaking of like the bands like the Misfits, I think that the number 9 spot has to go to the Misfits as well. They were kind of inspired by what I really like about the Misfits is that I listened to them through middle school and all that stuff. Yeah, I listened to them through middle school and high school as well. I heard about the Misfits before I started getting into punk and all that stuff. I heard about the Misfits, I heard about it as well, how they got inspired by the famous Fiend Skull logo as well. So yeah, guys, I own the Misfits, the Fiend Skull shirt. So yeah, what I like about the Misfits is also is the same reason why I like what's it called? Also, why I like about Ice Nine Kills is that all the albums the band is just all about horror movies, and they created the horror punk as well. So yeah, that's what I really like about the Misfits, and the Misfits also inspired me to watch horror movies. And same thing with Ice Nine Kills, is that they inspired me to watch horror movies and get into horror stuff as well. So yeah, guys, that's what I like about the Misfits, and the Misfits comes in at number 9. So the number 8 spot list. I don't know what I'm gonna pick for the number 8 spot list that I wanted to pick, since I have so many bands. But also we're gonna talk about deathcore, and that band is Suicide Silence as well. Now, what I like about Suicide Silence is that they're the ones that started getting me into deathcore as well. Like there was the first band to get me. Yeah, they were the first band to get me into the deathcore scene. And I learned about why deathcore was hated and all that stuff, and it was heavy, bro. Deathcore was like heavy. I'm pretty sure a lot of metal leaders are gonna find me saying that deathcore is a heavy genre, but I really don't care what people say. I really don't care what people say. So, yeah, guys. So, my favorite album from Suicide Silence is it's the album with the song You Can Only Live Once. That's the first song that could get me into that got me into deathcore as well. Also the bleeding, and I forgot what that one album is, but yep, Suicide Silence deserves to be on the number 8 spot list as well. Coming in at number 7, Whitechapel. Well, speaking of deathcore, the second band that got me into deathcore was of course Whitechapel as well. Whitechapel, I really like Whitechapel, and since I listened like Suicide Silence, I thought, hey, maybe I should try out new deathcore music as well. And I searched up I searched up bands that were heavy in the deathcore scene, but I'm pretty sure there was like more heavier bands in the deathcore scene. And I found out, and it came up was Whitechapel. So I was like, Whitechapel? Let's see what these bands sounds like. And I realized that it kind of sounds like the same as Suicide Silence, but much like better as well. Well, of course, Suicide Silence was from California, and of course, Whitechapel was from Tennessee as well. And I know the name Whitechapel was from Jack the Ripper's killing spree. You know, that's what I was like. Whoa, that's crazy. And I learned about Jack the Ripper. I learned about the band and all that stuff. I was like, this band, it could be a good band. So I listened to it like, whoa, bro. The first song that I heard off of Whitechapel, it was from their I forgot what album it is, but and then I listened to that album and I was like, bro, that's great, sound heavy, bro. And I listened to This Is Exhale, and they're like, bro, their earlier stuff was like heavy, bro. Like, so Whitechapel deserves to be on the number 7 spot list as well. Coming in at number 6. Well, there is this band. I nearly had it, but I lost it. So, but the number 6 spot list that I think has to go to is, of course, I nearly had it. Hold on. The number 6 band that has to go to, it has to go to Gorn as well. Yep, Gorn. Like wondering why'd you pick Gorn? It's because for one reason. One, it's the band that started the whole new metal scene. And had a lot of influences for other bands as well, in the new metal scene. And I even have their greatest hits album, which is pretty cool as well. So, yeah, I really like Gorn. My 2 sisters got me into Gorn, and I learned about the abuse of Jonathan Davis, that what happened to him. But I'm gonna explain that in another video as well. But yep, Gorn, number 6 spot list. Number 5, Slipknot. Yep, number 5 is this. Number 5 in my top favorite bands in the world has to go to Slipknot as well. And I was thinking, since I really like Gorn, how about I listen to other bands that came out later in the 90s as well? And when I found out when Slipknot was another band I really like. When I found out about Slipknot, I was like, you're wondering like, how did you listen to Slipknot? Well, it's because of the Punisher soundtrack. The Punisher, I forgot what Punisher movie it was. I'm pretty sure it's the one from 2008. Yeah, I'm referring to that one as well. It's because, like, I heard that song and I was like, bro, it sounds heavy. I'm pretty sure. When I listened to their older stuff, especially their debut album, I was like, wow, this is the type of band. Now people were saying that this is the band that could give you a gateway into heavier stuff as well. And I was like, what, bro? So I listened to it. I was like, bro, this stuff is... I listened to their first album, volume number 3, Iowa. I haven't listened to a whole lot of Iowa. I listened to some songs. I listened to some songs, but I was like, bro, Iowa is kind of like the best album to listen to. I listened to volume 3, All Hope Is Lost, The Great Chapter, and We Are Not Your Kind. The only albums I have owned from Slipknot is their first album and We Are Not Your Kind album. And I was like, dude, I need to get Iowa Volume 3 and of course All Hope Is Gone and Chapter 3. I'm not Chapter 3, I mean The Great Chapter as well. And also rest in peace Paul and Joey as well. You will be missed. So Slipknot, the number 5 spot listen. Number 4, Bullet for My Valentine. Yep, number 4 spot list is of course Bullet for My Valentine. What made you get into Bullet for My Valentine? It's because my sister gave me to listen to some new band recommendations, and she pulled out Waking the Demon by Bullet for My Valentine. I was like, well, bro, and this was kind of the first band that got me into the UK music as well. Yeah, they kind of got me into the UK music as well. So, yeah, they kind of got me into the UK music. So, what I really like about Bullet for My Valentine is because some of the depressed songs they had, especially like Heartburst, Into Fire, all these things I hate revolve around me. Your tears don't fall and all that stuff. So the albums I only have as of now is The Poison and of course Scream Aim at Fire, which of course I've been trying to get their shirts for such a long time. So yeah guys, so yeah, basically Bullet for My Valentine comes in at the number 4 spot list. So the number 3 spot list on that I own and that I really talked about much is a band that I really love the most, and that band is of course Escape the Fate. Yep, you heard me right. Escape the Fate is my favorite band of all time as well. It's because especially the Ronnie era as well, like their debut album, Dying Is Your Latest Fashion. If you haven't listened to Dying Is Your Latest Fashion, turn this video off or turn this stream off and go listen to Dying Is Your Latest Fashion on Spotify or all that stuff. And you hear Ronnie's voice is like, bro, Ronnie's, and you're always wondering, like, wait a minute, the man who fronted Falling Reverse started his career with this band? Yes, basically there was all this whole, I'm not gonna explain it, I'm gonna explain it at the next video about I'm gonna explain it in the next video about like what really happened with Ronnie inside Escape the Fate. So yeah guys, so Escape the Fate, Ronnie Radke inside of Escape the Fate is my all-time favorite band in the world. I don't care what people say. Oh, all their albums are great. Blah, blah, blah. Like, shut up. Ronnie's the one. Ronnie has been there for Escape the Fate, and it will be there for me inside Escape the Fate for a long time. And I don't care if he's in Falling Reverse. I really do love Falling Reverse, but all time Escape the Fate, my all-time favorite band, comes in at number 3. Number 2. If you don't like this band, please leave this video right as of now. Please leave this video as of right now. You guys, I'm gonna mention it, and you guys are gonna hate me for it, but I really don't care. Yep, I really don't care if you talk about crap about this band or not. And it's a band I talked about in my bands I love and that everyone hates. And that band I'm referring to is no other than Black Veil Brides. Yep, Black Veil Brides is my second all-time favorite band as well. So, what I really like Black Veil Brides, especially about how they save people from, how they save, their music saves everyone. from ending their own lives as well. Especially their first album, We Stitch These Wounds. That album I really liked the most, and I got it on CD. I haven't heard the re-recorded songs from their 2020 album of Restitch These Wounds, and I was like, bro, I don't like it. I'm sticking to the first one, which the first one is pretty cool. And I do have a fan page, My Black Veil Brides and Escape the Fate. I do have those bands. I do have them as my fan page on Instagram. If you want, you can follow me on Instagram, and I'll give you a link to where you can follow me, where you can go follow my accounts. And so yeah, guys, so Black Veil Brides comes in at number 2. Before we get to number 1, quick honorable mention to some of these favorite bands that didn't come on this list. So honorable mention to Motionless White, another favorite band I really like in the metalcore scene as well. Killswitch Engage, A Day to Remember. Yeah, A Day to Remember as well. Another favorite band I like. Go listen to them. I don't care how much you hate them. The Devil Wears Prada, Attack, Asking Alexandria. So, and I could go on. I'll go on honorable mentions, but I think we're ready for number 1. So the number 1 spot list that I really love the band so much, and it's the band that started my journey in the metalcore rock scene and all that as well. And that band I'm referring to is no other than Avenged Sevenfold as well. Yep, you heard me right. Avenged Sevenfold. Now, I was around what's it called? When their third album, City of Evil, came out. Like, it came out in July or June, I'm not sure. And I was around when the White Album came out, their self-titled album. I was around when their Nightmare came out, Hail to the King, and The Stage. So I was around when all those albums came out. Well, I wasn't around when their first and their second album came out. So the first song I ever heard from them was, I think it was I know it, but I can't remember what it's called. I think it was a little piece. Oh yeah, A Little Piece of Heaven. That's the first song I ever heard from them. That got me into loving them. And so so when Nightmare came out, the music video and the single came out on May the 18th, 2010. You heard me right. May 18th, 2010, and that was my birthday 11 years ago. So I was 5 when it came out. So yeah, I was 5 when it came out. So, and I still listen to the song today. So the only albums I own by Avenged Sevenfold is, of course, the first album I owned by Avenged Sevenfold was City of Evil. I have owned Walking the Fallen, and I have The Stage, and I have Nightmare, and I have Hail to the King. Now the only album I'm missing is, of course, the White Album. You guys are wondering, how come you don't listen to their first album? I mean, I haven't listened to their first album. I heard people saying that the only first 2 albums are metalcore, and then the rest of the albums are hard rock and heavy metal. Now, so yeah, guys. So Avenged Sevenfold, my number 1 top spot list of my all-time favorite bands is, of course, yeah, they go to the number 1 spot list. Anyway, guys, so let's do a few more honorable mentions. So another honorable mention to is Sleeping with Sirens, Modern Day Escape. I could go on however I want, but yeah, guys, those are your 2. Anyway, guys, so please tell me in the comments, what is your favorite band of all time? As well. And tell me why you like these bands so much and what you do. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. I used to have Twitter, but my Twitter got disabled. I don't know what happened. Follow me on TikTok as well. All my links will be down below. where you can follow me on Instagram. Yeah, where you can follow my Instagram. My PlayStation username is down below. So my next video's topic is what really happened with Ronnie Radke inside Escape the Fate, and the horror stories behind Jonathan Davis's what happened to Jonathan Davis's childhood as well. And I'm still planning on making the Marilyn Manson groupie as well. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoy this content. If you like more of my music content, please tell me down below and I'll make more of them in the near future. So yeah guys, so that's all I got you for today. If you like my content, please hit the subscribe button and turn notifications. But alright guys, please tell me in the comments what's your favorite band of all time, and please tell me why you like them so much and all that stuff. Other than that, I'll see you guys in my next video. Alright guys, goodbye.